Good Friday afternoon, everybody. This is Stephen Ray, and I wanted to jump here on social media because we have a lot of flooding ongoing up in the northeastern portions of Mississippi, and this is right here along the state line of Mississippi and Alabama. And I wanted to jump here because we got a pretty good, nasty complex of showers and thunderstorms up here. Towards the Tupelo area, in between Tupelo and Corinth, Mississippi, and especially near the Belmont, Mississippi area and the Fulton, Mississippi area, and thus the Weather Service in Memphis has issued a flash flood warning for a couple of counties in northeast Mississippi. And let me go on ahead and read you off the warning. All right, so here is the counties that are underneath the flash flood warning out of Memphis: Etowah, Prentiss, and Tishomingo counties. Once again, a flash flood warning has been issued for Etowah, Prentiss, and Tishomingo counties up there in northeastern Mississippi until 7:30. Now, let me just go on ahead and read you off the text from that warning. And Doppler radar has indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. This will cause urban and small stream flooding. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain has already fallen, and an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain are possible over the areas. Now, if you are in Iuka, Mississippi, the Tishomingo State Park, if you were in Belmont, Tishomingo, Sandy Springs, or if you were over towards the Mingo area, there in northeastern portions of Mississippi in Etowah, Prentiss, or Tishomingo counties, you guys are underneath a flash flood warning until 7:30. And always remember, turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roadways. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. So that is the situation that we have ongoing right now. Now, the rest of Mississippi is pretty much dry, other than that far northeastern corner up there, just off to the east and to the northeast of Tupelo. And basically, this is training over the same area. So basically, if you are traveling along the 45 corridor in between the Corinth community down to Iuka along the 72 corridor, or if you're traveling between Corinth and the Tupelo area, just know that it's going to be a wet drive home for you. Also, if you're traveling along the I-22 corridor, basically from New Albany, Mississippi, all the way down to the Alabama state line, there's going to be pockets in there where it is going to be a wet drive home for you guys right now. Now let's go a little bit further off to the west, and there is showers and thunderstorms right now in between Holly Springs and New Albany, Mississippi, which is in northern Mississippi. So if you're near Holly Springs National Forest or traveling along I-22 up there, there's moderate rain to light rain falling right now, and this is just west of New Albany, Mississippi. Now let's go over towards the Memphis metro area and check on our friends for South Haven, Mississippi, Olive Branch, and Hernando, and all is dry across the northwestern portions of Mississippi right now. And as you can see, it is going to be a dry drive home for you. close to the I-22 corridor in between Holly Springs and Memphis, or if you're traveling along the 55 corridor between South Haven and down to Hernando, all is going to be dry for your drive home as well. The most significant rain right now in the state is over there, as you can see, in northeastern portions of Mississippi. Now let's go a little bit further off to the south and check on our friends along the 82 corridor and, of course, the I-55 corridor. And there is one little shower. Let me go down here to Jackson and put on the radar. And as you can see, there is one little shower that is south of Grenada, Mississippi, and that storm is basically sitting over the same area. So if you're traveling along the 55 corridor near Grenada, Mississippi, just note that there's going to be a wet drive home for you, because there is a shower that is sitting in between Grenada and Duck Hill, and this storm and shower could intensify and actually come into downtown Grenada. So just note it's going to be a wet drive home for you. Also down here towards the Starkville area, in between Eupora and Starkville on Highway 82, it's going to be a wet drive home for you. However, if you're traveling between Starkville and Columbus on 82 over there, in East Mississippi, all is going to be dry, but if you go out of Starkville heading west towards Eupora, it is going to be a wet drive home for you. However, if you're traveling south out of Starkville, going down towards the Louisville area, it's going to be dry along 25, and it's also going to be dry over here in East Mississippi from Columbus all the way down to Macon along the 45 corridor. Now let's go a little bit further off to the south, and as you can see, there are storms and showers just south of Kosciusko, in between Kosciusko and Carthage, Mississippi, along the 35 corridor. So just note, if you're traveling home between Kosciusko and the Carthage, Mississippi area, it's going to be a wet drive home for you. And then, of course, if you're along the 16 corridor in between Pearl River and Philadelphia, there is a shower off to your south that is moving off to the north, so there could be impacted your drive home there around the Pearl River and Philadelphia areas right now. And now let's go a little bit further off to the south and check on our friends in the downtown area of Jackson, Mississippi, and all is dry. If you're traveling north towards the Richland area, if you're traveling west towards Clinton, or if you're traveling east towards the Brandon community, just note that it's going to be a dry drive home for you in Jackson. Now let's go a little bit further off to the east and down here towards the Newton, Mississippi area. There are a couple of showers and thunderstorms to deal with across the Newton, Mississippi area, but other than that, all is dry across Central and East Mississippi. And now one more stop. We got to go down to check on our friends down here in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi, and of course those guys down there along the immediate coast and the beautiful beaches of Mississippi. And as you can see, there is a wide loop of the radar there: Hattiesburg, Laurel, Ellisville, Brookhaven, Macomb, Mississippi. All is dry for your drive home in and around the area of Hattiesburg, in and around the areas of Macomb, and in and out of, around the city of Brookhaven. All is dry across the Pine Belt area of Mississippi. There is one small shower that's up here north of the Taylorsville community, and this is not going to impact anybody other than possibly around the Bay Springs area, Mississippi, and this is well north of Ellisville, Laurel, and Hattiesburg. And as you can see, there are a couple of showers just off to the north west of the city of Hattiesburg. However, those are not going to be much of an impact because they are so light right now, and those are basically sitting in between Hattiesburg and Summerall down in the Pine Belt area of Mississippi. And one final stop for our friends down here across the coastline of Mississippi, basically from Waveland and Bay St. Louis all the way over to Pascagoula, Mississippi. All is dry along the I 10 corridor, and again, all is dry across the 90 corridor as well, going from Gulfport all the way over to the Biloxi, Mississippi area, and there once again is Long Beach, and then past Christian, Mississippi, Bay St. Louis, and then Waveland. All is dry down there across the coastline of Mississippi. So, guys, I hope that y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Friday evening. If you were up here in the far northeastern portions of Mississippi, remember Tishomingo and Prentice and the areas up there are going to be underneath a flash flood warning until 7:30 this evening for this complex of showers and thunderstorms that are just basically moving over the same area towards the Corinth, Mississippi area, and then getting over here towards the Belmont and Red Bay, Alabama area. Other than that, the majority of Mississippi is dry. It is going to be a warm day tomorrow, but get out there and enjoy it while you can, because as you know, cold weather is not too far away. As you know, we usually start cooling off in November and December. So once again, get out there and enjoy it as we have the last few weekends of the summer left to go before we start the school year and, of course, the fall football season. Guys, I hope that you guys in the state of Mississippi have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening, wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys right back here on social media to do another drive home forecast for you Monday afternoon at 4:20. Before then, if we have any kind of rogue severe storms, I don't expect that to happen, but you never know with the severe weather. Have a great weekend, and as always, God bless.